Welcome to our UW lesson, Foundation Stage 2. Learning objectives. Learners will be able to understand plants' adaptation in desert, polar, aquatic and rainforest. Learning outcome. Learners are able to understand plants' adaptation in desert, polar, aquatic and rainforest. We all know that this is a desert. A desert has a hot and dry climate. It receives very less rainfall. Do plants grow in such desert place? Yes, we find some plants that grow in these deserts. Let's see which plants can grow in desert regions. Cactus, aloe vera, calf tree, date palm tree. Though there is less rainfall in the desert, these plants can survive in hot and dry climate. But how? Let's find out some special features of these plants which help them to survive in the desert. The trees and plants in the desert have long roots that grows deep inside the soil in search of water to survive. It has spines instead of leaves, so there is less water loss. It has a waxy coating on its stem, which again helps to reduce water loss due to heat. The stem of the cactus plant holds water inside and uses it to survive in hot climate. Let's have a quick review as to how plants survive in the desert. It has stem that can store water, deep root system or widespread root system, spines instead of leaves, small surface area minimizes evaporation. When it is very cold, what do we do? Yes, we wear our jackets, sweaters, woolen caps, mittens, etc. I wonder which trees grow in the cold climate and how do they survive? Do trees also wear woolen clothes like us? No. Let's review the trees that grow in the cold region. Cedar tree, pine tree, spruce tree. These trees look like inverted ice cream cones. The conical shape of these trees help the snow to slide down very quickly and to get the sunlight, which help the trees to adapt in that environment. In places where it snows, the trees receive no water. They use the water that is stored inside their stem. The leaves of these plants are like needles. These leaves prevents loss of more water from the plant. The leaves of these plants also have a waxy coating. This waxy coating also helps to prevent water loss. What will happen if we keep our hands dipped in water for a long time? Come on, think. Wear your thinking cap. Our skin will dry up and we will see wrinkles on the tip of our fingers. wonder which plants grow in the water and how they survive. Let's see the plants that grows in water. Lotus, water lily, hydrilla. Let's see how they survive. These plants have broad and flat leaves, which help them to float easily on the water's surface as well as to get enough sunlight and air for photosynthesis. They have a waxy coating on leaves to prevent the plant from decaying. The stem of the lotus are hollow, like a straw. Why? The stems of such plants are hollow to help the plant to remain at the sunlight surface and helps the plant to float. Let's look at the world's largest rainforest, the Amazon forest. It's a huge forest. Isn't it beautiful? It rains here for more than 200 days in a year. It's very dark. The habitat in rainforest are always wet as it rains for almost 200 days in a year. These trees do not have thick trunk as there is no need for them to store water. The trees grow very tall in order to receive the sunlight for the process of photosynthesis. The leaves of the trees in rainforest are broad and green in color. They have wax coating so that water does not stay on it. Most of the leaves have drip tip. A drip tip is pointed end of the leaf. This is very important adaptation as it does not allow water to stay on the leaves and spoil it. Waxy drip tip leaves. These enable excess rainwater to run off, preventing the growth of algae, which would reduce light to the plant and therefore its ability to photosynthesis if allowed to grow. Leaf size. Leaves become larger as the plant rises to make the most of increased sunlight. Leaf angling. Leaves arranged at different angles to avoid shading its own leaves in order to capture as much sunlight as possible. Few leaves have holes so that the water flows out and does not stay on the leaves. Let's observe the roots. Rainforest plants' roots are above the ground. The soil is wet as it rains all time. The roots do not go deep so that the soil does not suck more water. Reflection time. Create a plant that can adapt to these habitats. Don't forget to upload in assignments. Thank you. See you next time.